بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد أحبتي في الله. One of the things that we face amongst Ahl Sunnah, especially in this time, is kathrat al-rudud, a lot of refutations of one another. And refutations of Ahl Sunnah between Ahl Sunnah is something mashroor. If your brother or sister has made a mistake, then to refute the mistake while maintaining their honor is something mashroor. It does not mean that we always need to go out in public, make a video, or even write, but in fact to advise one another. And this is preferable when it's between Ahl Sunnah. And likewise, if the mistake was done openly, then perhaps the refutation may need to be done publicly as well in order for people not to fall into that error. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with ikhlas, with thabat. The problem that we see is the way in which we refute one another. And that often, more often than not, it's done with harshness, sternness, threat in a threatening way, often attacking the character of the person who's being refuted, regardless of whether they made a mistake, a legitimate mistake, or not. Because sometimes these refutations are based on desires, sometimes they are based upon legitimate differences, and sometimes they're based upon things which are a difference of opinion that is allowable in the Sharia. And going back to the asl of this mas'ala, ahabbati fillah, is that we encourage ourselves and our brothers and sisters to be gentle with one another. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من يحرم الرفق يحرم الخير كله. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever is prohibited from being gentle, then they are prohibited from all khair, from all good. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إن الرفق لا يكون في شيء إلا زانه ولا ينزع من شيء إلا شأنه. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said that gentleness does not increase anything except that it brings about increase in good. And the Prophet ﷺ also said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُعْتِي عَلَى الرِّفْقِ مَا لَا يُعْتِي عَلَى الْعُنْفِ. The Prophet ﷺ said, verily Allah gives that which is given by gentleness, or Allah increases, basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases good by using a gentle way instead of what is given or what is attained by doing it through a harsh means. Imam bin Baz rahimahullah ta'ala said regarding this, he said, في أحاديث كثيرة تدل على أن الواجب على دعاة الله سبحانه والناصحين لعباده أن يتخيرون أساليب المفيدة والعبارات التي ليس فيها عنف ولا تنفير من الحق. Imam bin Baz, he said, there are so many ahadith, there are many ahadith like this. And he said it's an obligation on the people who call to Allah and those who give advice from His servants to choose a beneficial way with gentle ways of saying it, or choose their ways of articulating and conveying that da'wah. That which does not contain harshness and will not cause people to flee from the truth. And then he said, وَالَّتِي يُرْجَى مِنْ وَرَائِهَا الْإِنْسِيَاءَ مِنْ خَالِفَ الْحَقِّ إِلَى قُبُولِهِ وَرَضَى بِهِ وَإِثَارِهِ ورجوع عما هو عليه من الباطل وأن لا يسلك في دعوته المسالك التي تنفر من الحق وتدعو إلى رده وعدم قبوله. So then the Shaykh said, rahmatullah alayh, he said, and that the person, it is desired that the purpose of this refutation is that the people, and the way of giving this refutation is that it will cause the person to comply, the person who differs with the truth, for them to have compliance with the truth and to accept it and to be pleased with it and to be affected by it, and that they will turn away from the falsehood that they were upon, and that it would not cause him, meaning this refutation would not cause them to take a path or a dawah or a call which will cause them to flee from the haqq, and that will not cause them to call to refuting the truth and not accepting it. And this kalam of the Imam is very clear and doesn't require any explanation. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.